Well, for more on the CFMEU members picketing in Melbourne, I'm joined live now from Melbourne by the CEO of Grocon, Daniel Grollo. Daniel Grollo, thank you for joining us on the program. Do you take some responsibility for the scenes that we've seen outside your building site today?
Well, no. Well, I think what we saw today was the ultimate culmination of 3 or 4 days of illegal blockading of our workplace by the CFMEU. We have a number of workers who want to return to work. We've been committed to finding a safe and legal way of getting them back to work. Part of that legal process has been about taking the illegal blockade to the Supreme Court and having orders. We've now had numerous orders to have the CFMEU remove the illegal blockade from the site. Today was about requesting that the Victoria Police give us some assistance in getting our employees safely to the site. Sadly, it ended in what it did, and it's the hierarchy of the CFMEU here in Victoria, defying the law of the Supreme Court, defying the Victoria Police, and really seeing themselves above the law of Victoria.
They did manage, though, to draw a considerable crowd of supporters. Did you feel at any stage intimidated by what you saw?
Oh, absolutely. I think that was a significant display of intimidation and bullying, and they level those accusations at others. I think what we saw today is absolute, disregard for law, but intimidation and bullying. And I think the important thing is to point out that none of the people on that blockade are Grocon employees. The Grocon employees are actually wanting to get back to work. It's quite a peculiar stoppage. And why that's occurring, we're not exactly sure. But it is a blockade stopping our workers going back to work.
This dispute is about shop stewards on Grocon's sites. What is Grocon's issue with having union-nominated shop stewards on your sites?
Well, Grocon actually has shop stewards on our sites, and we have employees that are union members and some that are not. And Grocon have union members. I think it's more about the fact that the union want particular shop stewards rather than the shop stewards that are there.
Why shouldn't they be allowed to do that?
Well, it's actually a workplace that Grocon must control. Grocon must control, as you can imagine, any workplace that we all work in. The people that own the business need to be able to control the work there. We do it at Grocon in a very, very good way. Safety is paramount in our organisation, and our relationship with our employees is very important. And that's demonstrated by the fact that we signed off an EBA with our employees. It covers the next 4 years, only 3 months ago. And the union were actually party to that. So it's not an industrial issue. This is, really quite illegal behaviour that's defying court orders and defying the police and defying the rule of the law of the land.
But I go back to my question, though. Why shouldn't the union be allowed to put its nominated shop stewards on your site? If your company supports union membership, why shouldn't the union have that role?
Well, there's no legal framework for that to occur, and it makes a lot of sense for Grocon to run its and control its sites, as we've done for the last 15 years. We have our primary concern is our employees, their safety and their terms and conditions and the role that they fulfil within our business. It's extremely important to us, and they're the people we're trying to get back to work safely today. They're the people we're going to continue to work for in the future.
The Supreme Court has, as you mentioned, been involved in this dispute at various levels. There's some dispute, I understand, as to whether this action today was legal or illegal. What's next for you, given that the Supreme Court orders haven't really sort of been able to keep the union at bay?
Well, look, I won't preempt the court. I think we're before the court today, but I think that it's pretty clear to the average person watching the television today as to whether that's legal or illegal. Blocking city streets and challenging the police in the way it did, and stopping Grocon employees getting back to work. I think that let's see what the court decides today on that point.
How far are you prepared to take it?
Well, look, Grocon's not being ideological here. All that Grocon's wanting to do is get its employees safely back to work. The employees are not blockading the site. The employees want to get back to work. All we want to do is try and find a safe, legal way of getting our employees back to work. And we've got to do that. We've got to do that for the survival of our business and for our employees and their livelihood.
All right, Daniel Grollo, thank you for joining us on the program.